Welcome, motherfuckers, to a top 5 PlayStation games. According to YouTube Trending, you guys have been searching for some PlayStation games. Don't know what to play? Well, this is your place. As you guys can see, I have a fine collection of PlayStation games. I first started playing PlayStation since PlayStation 2, and of course today I'm still playing the PlayStation. Let us get into these PlayStation top 5 games that I have for you guys today. Death Stranding, as you all probably already know, is a walking simulator made by Hideo Kojima himself. Death Stranding was created because Hideo Kojima had a falling out with his latter company, Konami. Konami was known to make, of course, Silent Hill. Hideo Kojima was behind that project, and I can tell you what, Death Stranding shares a lot of stuff from Silent Hill. Mostly the scare factor. This game features a lot of real-life people, actually. Pretty cool. Norman Reedus is the obvious one. He's the main character. We play as Sam Bridges, who basically has to save the world. And his sister is kind of, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but his sister's something. Overall, Death Stranding is a really good game. However, I would say it can get boring to a certain percent anyways. Of course, like I said, it's a walking simulator. There's, of course, some combat, but it's honestly kind of rare. You don't really go into much combat, but the thing I really liked about it was the creature designs. The BTs were absolutely cool. The fact that you carry out a baby is kind of weird, but it's cool as well because, well, it's the way you use them, I guess. But basically, this game's premise is absolutely cool. It's definitely a Hideo Kojima game. But Death Stranding, I would say give it a try if you find it on sale or something. It's pretty good. Nowadays, obviously, it's a PS4 game. There is a PS5 version, but it shouldn't be too expensive in stores. Even on Amazon, it's probably like $30. So I'd say it's worth a try. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's definitely not for everyone. But I for sure liked it myself. I'll be honest, some people might hate me for this next one because it's at a number 4 spot and not higher up. But let's get into it anyways. Bloodborne, well, I love this game to death. The reason why I have it at number 4 is because I'm not a huge fan of Souls-likes. I love them because they have such cool creature design, the combat's always cool. It's just I could never finish them because of their difficulty. Call it skill issue if you want to, but I'm putting Bloodborne at number 4 spot because for the life of me I cannot beat this game, but I absolutely love the creature design. The combat's pretty cool. It's definitely, there's nothing like Bloodborne, and I'm sure all of you guys could vouch for that one. Bloodborne is its own thing. It's not, it's for a Souls-like, it's its own Souls-like. It is something entirely different, but I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what Bloodborne is, but I would definitely say give it a try if you haven't. Yeah. To further explain Bloodborne, if you guys don't know what it is already, like I said, it's a Souls-like, just like Dark Souls. It's even made by the same guys. For a PlayStation exclusive, though, it is kind of surprisingly exclusive, but I'm so happy it is because that just calls PlayStation better in every way possible. But basically, you're hunting, like it says, you gotta hunt your nightmares. There's a lot of interesting creature design. There's not much of a story. It's more gameplay than anything. I'm sure you guys already know Dark Souls and such. So instead of keeping you on this one, I'm just gonna go to the next one.
Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, light him up.
Do this right.
Come on.
You're up.
You all right? Rock on me! Want some more? Ah! Yeah!
Now!
Right. Give it all you've got.
The first PS5 game on this list, Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's wow, yeah, for a number 3 game, this game's pretty good. I love this game a lot. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know what Final Fantasy VII is. You follow Cloud Strife, who is, well, he's basically hired by a bunch of bunch of people. I'm sure you guys already know. You got like Barrett and Tifa. Basically, they're like this group who wants to save the world from this, like, I think their name's Shinto or something. This like giant corporation that's basically destroying the world. So you follow them, and yeah, that's basically the whole premise of this game. This is the remake intergrade though, so it also comes with a DLC. I believe Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS4 also does, but I'm not entirely sure. I know this version obviously does, but this game's great. If you haven't played it yet, I recommend it. The only downside that I kind of found is the game is extremely long. Like, it is, I think they call it JRPGs or just an RPG, whatever. Which normally they are about 60 hours or higher in length, so I think I only took 40 to 50 hours to beat this game. That's also including the DLC or something. It might have been 60, I can't quite remember. I could be wrong, but it's definitely not a short game, so that's kind of good since it's, worth your money. I don't believe this game's that expensive anymore. You could probably find it on the PlayStation Store for maybe $50, something like that. I'm not sure, but I definitely recommend this game. I also just want to mention this game's graphics is also why I put this on the list. This game has such beautiful graphics for a game that's more cartoonish than realistic, and I just absolutely love it. And I mean,
Jesus, you swim here?
Oh, the boat got fucked. I need to grab some medical supplies. I'm doing a thing for Isaac.
We're moving all these assets to Isaac. What does he need?
I can't talk about it. It's something away from the club.
Well, everything's getting moved out and packed up. Take a look, see if anyone's got what you need.
Is Nora around? Yesterday she said she was shipping out here.
Just left the last transport, but she'll be back.
Okay.
The Last of Us Part 1, baby. I absolutely love this game. This game is great. I mean, way better than Part 2. Wait, let's not speak about Part 2, because, well, if you know, you know. It's wasn't as good, especially compared to this one. But The Last of Us Part 1, I highly recommend to anyone who owns a PlayStation. Especially Part 1, and not just the remaster or the original. Part 1 was incredible. It's made with Last of Us Part 2's, like, gameplay style. And I did prefer Last of Us Part 2's gameplay over, the first one. So this one's actually, like, the way to go. But I believe this one's still $90 in stores, possibly. So it is pretty steep and expensive, but I do still recommend it, because this game, wow, the story's incredible. But yes, this game's great. So this game has two unforgettable characters. Obviously plays Joel, and you have to traffic a child whose name is Ellie, and basically that's like the whole game. You have to get her to this sort of hospital that's like far away, so you have to basically walk her all the way there. It's definitely very interesting, but this game is unbelievably realistic. I definitely love that about this game. I don't know what else to really say about it. Because it's on the PS5, it obviously got like the adaptive triggers and stuff, so sometimes it actually feels like you killed someone. This game is definitely like immersive, so I definitely recommend this game. Also, it does come with the Left Behind chapter for Part 1, but for the older ones, even like the remaster, I don't believe it did. Obviously, the original one on PS3 didn't. You had to pay for that, but obviously these days you're probably going to end up purchasing Part 1. Even remastered, I think it only goes for like $20, so you could, if you want, to go for that one if you don't really feel like you'd be into it. But I definitely recommend Part 1 just because you get the PS5's features, and it just feels so much better. Obviously, the graphics have been much updated, So they look even better than like Last of Us Part 2, which looked pretty good for its time. So I definitely recommend this one. If you do want to take Part 2 for a little ride, you can. But I will warn you, it is definitely not as good as this one. Especially the beginning. For those that played it, you know what I mean. But yeah, I definitely recommend this game for you.
I literally have to remember how to I gotta block like every single one of his moves. The red ones right there, I gotta block easily, or else he does lots of damage to me. Okay. As you can see there, he has lots of bars of health.
And at my number 1 spot, it is God of War 2018. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite games ever. I love this game. Obviously, if you guys know God of War, if you're a PlayStation fan, you know who God of War is. You know who Kratos is. But I don't know, man. This game was just so good. I don't know what it was. I know what it was. It was the story, of course. The gameplay was still pretty good, but it was mostly the story. That's what I'm there for. Same as with God of War Ragnarok, I'd rate this maybe a number 2 for that one, but I just wanted one God of War in this. I kind of wanted a different variety, so God of War 2018, in my opinion, is way better than Ragnarok was. But they're both equally just as good. I recommend God of War 2018 and Ragnarok to play. Obviously play this one first, though, because the other one's a sequel to that one, so... you also don't even have to play the old games, so whatever on the PS2, the PS3, those games you don't even have to play to really get what's going on here. God of War 2018 has you play as Kratos, like I said before, but this time he has a son, Atreus. And basically this whole story is just you spreading your wife's ashes. I was gonna say your mother's, but you're not playing as Atreus, so that wouldn't make sense. But yeah, so you gotta spread your wife's ashes, and the story is just so sad, but the story's so good at the same time. Like, I honestly wish this game didn't end, and I'm happy once God of War Ragnarok came out. I was so happy to get that game. I actually pre-ordered it, but then my pre-order didn't come, so I ended up buying a PS5, and it came with that instead. So in the end, I still got it, but it just kind of wanted that pre-order. It's probably a good thing, though, because it was the PS4 version, and I ended up experiencing the PS5 one instead, which was obviously probably significance better. So I definitely recommend this one, though, still. Even on the PS5, it runs pretty good. There's obviously a few things missing. It definitely feels a little different from God of War Ragnarok. But for first-time players, definitely I recommend playing this one first. It's just so good. I don't know what else I can really say, though. I don't obviously want to spoil anything, but even for, like, the end game, there's so much still you can do. This game just doesn't end sometimes, but that's a good thing, because the game was just incredible. Even in some cases, though, it kind of feels like a Souls-like like God of War game, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend this game for anyone who hasn't played it yet, which surprises me. If you want a PlayStation, you never played this, then what are you doing? This is God of War, baby. This is like PlayStation's baby right here. I don't know how you haven't played this yet, but for those who have, you definitely know maybe why I put this at number 1. Like I said, it is my favorite story ever in a game. And I mean, I played Last of Us. I played so many story games in my life, and this just tops it, which says a lot for a guy like me. So I highly recommend it, and yeah, that was my top 5 PlayStation games list, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, click that subscribe button, like the video, and maybe get yourself one of these games someday if you haven't played any of them. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys another time. See ya.